You know, one of the reasons why I like to do prolonged fasting and sometimes just pick a day out of the week and not have any food or any calories on that day is because it makes me aware of how powerful I really am. Just think about it. Most people these days can't go fucking an hour or 2 hours without fucking snacking on some shit. You know? Food owns all of us in some way, you know? It's like, let me draw this parallel right here. Like, you know how addicts, they're addicted to, let's say, alcohol, right? Or cigarettes. And they can't go a certain amount of time until they just can't fucking, they can't deal with themselves, you know? They need to smoke or drink. Well, similarly, a lot of people are like that with food. And don't get me wrong, food is not a drug, right? We need food to thrive and survive. But look around, man. So many people struggle with food addiction. So many people have fucked up relationship with food. And this is why they struggle physically and mentally and spiritually. Why? Because your body's a temple, man. And when you overeat and you put on fat, you start to feel physical symptoms of that. You're feeling shitty, you're feeling inflamed, you feel pain, you feel fatigue, you don't feel comfortable, you don't like the way you look in the mirror, which causes you to mentally not be okay because you start to feel insecure and fucking, you know, your self-talk becomes negative because, you know, you don't have that self-worth. And that messes with your whole fucking energy. That messes with who you are. Because, you know, if you don't feel worthy of good things in your life, how are you gonna get them, you know? If I don't feel worthy of being a champion, if I'm an athlete and if I don't feel worthy of being a champion, I'm not gonna be, you know? But if I know I fucking trained my ass off, I was, you know, following my diet, I was going to sleep early, waking up early, training, you know, I've put in work. So I earned the feeling of worthiness. I know I'm worthy of being a champion. And that is gonna maximize my chances on becoming a champion. So look, with food, a lot of us these days, just food is so easy and so convenient and so fucking tasty that it makes it so easy to become addicted to these days. You know, you can't go a block without fucking convenience store or some, you know, fast food where like they sell shitty ass food for $1 and it's like temptations are everywhere. So no wonder you fall into those temptations and you become a victim of food then. So let me come back to my original point of feeling powerful. Because this is what non-attachment is. You know, this is where the spiritual power comes in here. What is non-attachment? Some people mess it up and they say that's not owning anything. But no, you get it wrong there. Non-attachment is not letting anything own you. This is why when addicts find fucking courage in themselves to give up whatever that is they're addicted to, they find their power and they literally change who they are and they change their entire life. And like I already said, food is not exactly the same because you can't just quit food and that would not be healthy, right? Because you would die without food. But if you can train yourself to go for a prolonged period of time without food once in a while, that could be so fucking beneficial for your body, because there's so many benefits when it comes to prolonged fasting. Physical benefits, health benefits, right? Autophagy, fat loss, boosted stem cell production, all kinds of things. You can look it up. But more than that, it gives you this sense of power that, you know, although I am hungry right now, I haven't eaten for 36 hours or 40 hours or whatever. I am hungry, but, you know, the hunger is the language of the body, you know? And I'm not letting my body to take control over me, because I'm not my body, and I'm not even my mind. I'm the one who's behind this pure consciousness, who's aware of my body's, you know, feelings, hunger, pain, fatigue, whatever that is. And I'm also aware of my mind, of my thoughts, the unconscious thoughts that are running through my mind and telling me, yo, you're hungry, go grab that snack, or, you know, whatever. So that makes you become aware of your thoughts, of your feelings. And if you can sit in that discomfort and stay calm and become an observant of those thoughts and feelings and separate yourself from them, that will make you feel very powerful. Because you're not letting how you feel, or you're not letting your thoughts make decisions for you. You know, you separate yourself from your thoughts and feelings, and you sit in that discomfort and you decide how you're gonna act. You don't let your thoughts decide. You don't let your feelings decide. Not thoughts saying, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, letting you decide what you're gonna do, and not your feelings or physical hunger, you know, make you decide what you're gonna do. But you decide what you're gonna do. And you know, like Mike Tyson's famous trainer, Cus D'Amato, said, both the coward and the hero experience the exact same fear, exact same feeling. It's how they choose to go about it, how they choose to face it, how they choose to go through it, that ultimately defines whether this person is a hero or a coward. So this is where your power is, man. Ability to decide and not let your feelings and thoughts make decisions for you.